Hi everyone, I am back with series review of Sweet Magnolias. Now, this is another show that is sort of not my type, but with emergence of Virgin River and me loving the show, and the actress playing the role of um, Maddie Townsend kind of gave me an incline I should try it. So here are my thoughts about it. So, first of all, the show stars Joanna Garcia Swisher, Brooke Elliott, Heather Headley, and it's based on a book series of the same name, Sweet Magnolias. So it's a story about these three women living in a small town, making a difference in the community and in lives of the people they love. That's the gist of the story. Now, even though there's a lot to unpack here, I will say it outright. It's a very average show. It's not great. It's not bad. I will say this though that when I was watching it, season one was kind of boring, especially the first 6 episodes maybe. It did get better after that, and it does pick up more in season two and gets a little bit more interesting. But those are my personal thoughts. The only reason is that a lot of the stories, a lot of the direction the story is going, most of the time it's quite predictable. You see it coming. It's not like a huge surprise, but it's still refreshing to see it in a different light. But it also has a lot of flaws. Like, for example, um, the the character Dana Sue. First of all, I still can't get over the whole Dana Sue. Call you Dana or Sue? Yeah, that is still not fitting with me. Yeah, not a fan of that name whatsoever. And on top of that, you want to show her as a person who is loving and giving, has a restaurant of her own, estranged marriage, but she acts like a slut herself. But then her daughter steps out of line for even a brief second, and she into her, and it's like it doesn't just happen once and you say, okay, it happened once, it was a big mistake, she's a teenager, let it go. No, it keeps repeating over and over, but she's not looking at her own mistakes, and it's like really frustrating to watch the way that was handled. Whoever wrote the character of Jenna So did not do it well, especially for the series. I can't stand her. She is annoying because she projects to be this lovely person who is all phony and helping people and all that, but in her own family, in her with her own daughter, her own estranged husband, the way she treats them, it's like so horrible, and it's just awful. Um, My favorite character is Helen, who's a lawyer played by Heather Headley. I loved her character arc. You see her as this strong woman in season one, but you start to see the onion being peeled off in season two and three. And I love her, the way she portrayed her role. The actress was very good. And ups and downs in her life with men coming into it, out of her life, and how she's handling different situations, and her acting was on par. Loved it. Um, the Maddie Townsend, even though the story is about three Magnolias, these three best friends, these three women, Maddie is still sort of one smidge ahead of the other characters in terms of the centralization of the character of the show. Her family, because it starts with her husband cheating on her and leaving her. But again, all of that, it's all black and white. There's no grays here. If he cheated on you, maybe there was some problem with the marriage. I'm not saying he did something right by cheating on you, but it cannot be 100% his fault. It may be 80-20, but you have to have some fault there somewhere. It's never touched in all three seasons. It's his fault, black and white. You're supposed to hate him. And I'm not saying he's a great character or anything, but it felt too black and white. Like it's too much. All the bad characters are quite black and white. Anyone's that's introduced for the most part. It's not, no, it's not black. It's at least shows some characters of gray, but no, they just want to show black and white, and it's just very frustrating to watch it. Um, so for me, do I recommend watching the show? If you have nothing else to watch, you're struggling the way I was struggling to find to watch something. I did. It's a good pastime. It's not bad. Um, you do seem to care about some of the characters, which is why you kind of watch the show. But it's not without flaws. It is sometimes very frustrating to watch the way, as I said, all the characters are the black and white. There's no grays, which is really irritating. Um, and but I do loved Joanna in Once Upon a Time, even though she only was there for a brief few episodes as Ariel. I loved her. She looked so beautiful. I remember that, and she's such a beautiful woman. She's a great actress, and I really wanted to see how she's going to portray this very different role from that, and she did a fantastic job. But again, and then the other thing is they're all living in the South. They're all born and raised there. Some have this southern accent, some don't. That's another very confusing thing that kind of falls off. One last thing before I go, the 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 character she is dating, named Cal, um, is weird, just plain weird. He's a total loser, according to me, and I don't get why they're together, but they are, and it's just like I kept waiting for him to like break up for some whatever weird reason and leave, but he just never leaves. And I don't know why they love each other. I don't understand their chemistry. There's nothing there, literally no chemistry whatsoever. Very odd. This review has gotten long, but there was a lot to unpack here, which is why it is a long review. But overall, average show, not great, not bad. Don't compare it to Virgin River. Virgin River is leaps and bounds better than this show, no questions. Enjoy that, but it's not a bad show. Like, I'm not gonna say that I didn't enjoy it. It was okay. It was a good pastime. It was decent. So, did you watch the show? What do you think about it? The season 4 has not been renewed yet, so let's see what Netflix does. But I would love to see what your thoughts are. Thank you so much for watching.